This excerpt right here, this is Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word, is establishing the Word in your life. Now, to establish the Word in your life, you must start in the beginning. Start with Genesis 1 and read it. It says that in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And there was a deep. And God separated the waters from the earth. There was a great chasm there. God separated that, and if you'll just read that, and then you can go over to the New Testament, and it talks about in Matthew chapter 1 in the New Testament about the lineage of Jesus Christ, who was God in the flesh, who came down and dwelt among us. And you can read about that. And so I'm talking about a baby Christian now, a man, a woman, a boy, a girl who's just got saved, starting to follow the Lord. And then you can read some in Matthew, some in Mark, some in Luke, and some in John. But John is the book that's better to read as a new believer. John wrote a book, a love story to the Christian man from the Father in heaven, the Father of lights, and from the Son, Jesus Christ, and through the Holy Spirit. All the Bible was penned down by men of old through the Holy Spirit. It took some 1,600 years for the Bible to be written. It was written by some 40 authors over that period of 1,600 years that were called out by God to be separated, to be righteous, to follow after God, and to be obedient to the Holy Spirit and pen down what the Spirit of God told them to write. And that's what they did. And so here we are back again to where we need to be in this writing. Now, we need to be obedient to God, just like we are to our husband, our wife, or if we were a child, to our parents. There are going to be, in your new Christian life, there are going to be levels of love toward God that you're going to have. In the beginning, you're going to have a war. The war is going to be with the devil. And you're going to have that war all through your life. But that war is going to be intense at times. And the only way to win is I like to look at it this way. We got two dogs in us, like a white dog and a black dog. Which dog do you think is going to win? If you feed the white dog from the Bible and the book and you work at it, you will have a strong white dog, righteous dog. But if you feed the black dog, which would be the earthly dog, the dog of the ways of the devil and the ways of the world, if you feed him, then you're going to have a strong black dog. And these two dogs are going to be at war with each other within you all the rest of the days of your life. And you're going to have to overcome some things. Now, my black dog that I had loved to smoke, loved to lie, cheat, steal, drink liquor, do all of the things of the world. Well, when I got saved, I brought some things over with me and tried to feed them to the white dog. He didn't like them. He wouldn't eat them. It's not the kind of food that he would eat. He would not eat that kind of food. The righteousness of God requires righteous perfection. which is to deny the flesh and do those things no more. And in order to do that, you must get in the Word. You cannot deny the flesh without knowing what the flesh is. Now, what was the flesh for you, Brother Peter? Let me tell you one thing the flesh was for me. I had a ongoing battle for 12 months after I got saved with the idea that it would be okay for me to continue to smoke. Now, it may be okay for even the person I'm talking to right now to continue to smoke for a while. It may not affect you until God says something to you about it. No, don't let Brother Peter convict you. Let God convict you. If God says to you, this is a worldly thing, and the world looks at you and says, if he's saved, I am too. Because all the things he's doing, I'm doing. And you say that you got saved. If you got saved, then you got to start getting set apart. How do you set apart from the world? You stop doing the things that the world is doing. Is it a pleasure to smoke? Yes, it is. It's a wonderful pleasure. But it's also a deadly pleasure. It will kill you. And not only will it kill you physically, it will kill your testimony. It will kill your spiritual testimony. If you say, I got saved, and I'm going to follow the Lord, and you continue to smoke, that smoking will continue to kill your testimony with people around you. You say, well, what do I do? You pray about it, and you say, God, I love to smoke. And be honest about it. And say, but I see that it is a God before you, God. And how do I know that? I know that because I don't want to put it down. And so you've got to be willing to put it down for the Lord. And say, Lord, you're going to have to help me here. And you're going to have to deliver me. And the Lord had to deliver me. I could not quit. So God delivered me. I said one day to God, I said, Lord, you're going to have to change my wanter so that I won't smoke anymore. And the Lord changed my wanter. And you know what? I hadn't wanted to smoke since. I haven't wanted to drink. I haven't wanted to lie. I haven't wanted to steal. I haven't wanted to cheat. I haven't wanted to do some of the things. Have you done some of those things since you got saved, Brother Peter? Yes, I have. I didn't do them because I wanted to. I did them because I allowed the devil to get me to do them. And afterwards, I had great regret. And when you have great regret, it means that the Lord is showing you that you don't need to do those, that you grieve the Holy Spirit, that you are sealed by until the day of redemption if you continue to do such things as are opposite from the righteousness of God. Well, how do we find out what's opposite from the righteousness of God? By learning what is the correct thing for God, and then we'll know what is righteous and unrighteous in our life. One of the things we need to do, we need to realize that the love that God has for us is unconditional. If we sin, He is faithful and just to forgive us of that sin and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. 1 John 1:5. Now when you get married, and you marry a woman, or a woman marries a man, you are going to do something to each other that the other one wouldn't like. What is there for that? Forgiveness. You know, it's funny, I've heard people say, preachers say, when you first got married and you're rocking in a rocking chair and you come up and you rock on the other person's toe, and they say, oh, that's all right, love. That's all right. Don't worry about it. It's just one of those things. But 10 years later, you're rocking and the toe gets under there, and the person that got their toe rocked on says, why don't